Hey y'all, thanks for stopping in. So thousands of James Madison High School students are kicked out of their New York City building to make room for 2,000 migrants evacuated from Floyd Bennett Field during the storm threat. So, do we have an illegal immigration problem yet, or what? Because, got this tweet here from Libs of TikTok, a video. Breaking. Buses are now pulling up to the building and dropping off illegals. Schools closed tomorrow because illegals will be sleeping in the school's gym. This is disgraceful. New York City is prioritizing illegals over Americans. And that one was reposted on X by Elon Musk. And he said, "This is what happens when you run out of hotel rooms. Soon cities will run out of schools to vacate. Then they will come for your homes. They've run out of hotel rooms or kicking kids out of school for illegal housing. And now they want your homes too." Governor Healy asked residents to house migrant families amid growing shelter. And that was from August of 2023. So this has been going on for quite a long time. And I also have this post here from John Rich. New York City voted over and over again to be a sanctuary city. Now I don't want to hear any belly aching. This is a repost from Libs of TikTok. Breaking. JMHS Brooklyn has informed parents that tomorrow classes will be remote. Why? Because a group of 2,000 illegal aliens are being transferred to New York City and will be sleeping in the school gyms. Americans are being deprived of an education to cater to illegals. Council member Inna Verkinov released a statement blasting the decision. "This is unacceptable." New York City mayor. Oh, and here's the notification. It says the high school will be remote on January 10th. So they'll be doing school from home, I guess, is maybe what they're assuming. Important notification from the New York City Police, PS, NYC, PS, I don't know what that is. JMHS will be remote on 1/10/2024. So they're going to have remote classes while the illegal immigrants sleep in their gymnasiums and hallways or whatever else. And here's the letter. Statement RE, emergency overnight transfer of migrants from Floyd Bennett Field to James Madison High School. I have been informed that due to the incoming storm affecting New York City, around 2,000 illegal immigrants from Floyd Bennett Field will be transported to James Madison High School this evening and will be occupying its gymnasium and auditorium overnight. This is both unacceptable and was entirely foreseeable, as Floyd Bennett Field is vulnerable to all forms of inclement weather conditions and is not a sustainable housing facility. This emergency move was accurately predicted by critics of the Floyd Bennett Field as a location to be used as a migrant shelter. And we're in early January. Winter lasts, cold weather lasts to March, through March, April even. You think these people are just going to go back to the field? I've never been to this place, but it seems like it won't be able to, are they going to move out of the school tomorrow, or when are they moving out of the school? I don't know if this is just an overnight thing. Let's continue. The public schools are meant to be places of learning and growth for our children and never intended to be shelters or facilities for emergency housing. 100%, especially for illegal immigrants. Maybe if there's a hurricane coming through, people might converge into the school or something like that for safety. But that's to ride through a storm. That's not to be housing facilities. A school is also supposed to be a safe place. Considering all of the trouble that we've had in our schools these last couple years, there are approximately 4,000 students who attend Madison High School. Their parents are rightfully concerned. Our constituents who live in the vicinity are concerned for their safety and well-being. This will agitate local residents, disrupt the entire school environment, and place a tremendous burden on our families, students, school administrators, and staff. Right, so who's going to clean up after these folks? Is he going to get a bonus for cleaning up after this, or is the city going to hire somebody to come in and clean up after this? Because we've seen how they leave the border. We've seen the giant piles of trash, and I'm going to assume that these people aren't just going to move in and move out and clean up after themselves. And, are these people vetted? Are they sick? There's a lot of stuff going on right now. You don't want to put these people up in the school and then bring a bunch of students in the next day and get everybody sick. This is just completely irresponsible. As an elected official representing this community, I demand a full stop to using our public schools as a shelter ever again. I urge my colleagues in government to join me in this effort. We will continue to monitor the situation and hold those responsible for this move accountable. I hope you do. I don't have any faith anymore that people are held accountable, unless you're a Trump voter, right? But I got the article here, and let's go ahead and read some more about it. New York City students kicked out of a Brooklyn high school in order to relocate nearly 2,000 migrants housed in Floyd Bennett Field ahead of a potentially damaging storm. Inna Verkanov, she's got a cool name, posted video of the migrants entering the James Madison High School without having to scan their faces the way students typically do. So yeah, they're even getting special privileges. They just don't know who's going in and out of these schools. And personally, I would not feel good about sending my child back into that school for a couple weeks. And maybe that's what their goal is. They're trying to transition everybody over to remote schooling and, pull students out of their learning environments to slow their development and all this stuff. But I don't know. Let's just continue here. A lot of law enforcement and other agency resources have been poured into the situation tonight. Oh, no kidding. I never even thought about that factor. While the police are supposed to be out there, stopping crime or preventing crime from having a presence in the community, they're all over here ushering people around, human trafficking. All their salary and everything like that is on the tax dollars. The people that already live here, their tax dollars. So that's improper allocation of resources, in my opinion. Just another example of what's going on with our country, considering the Democratic leadership and the rhino Republicans that are basically working in tandem with these Democrats to send money to Ukraine, send money to Israel, send money to everywhere besides the southern border, and have anything to do with benefiting Americans' lives. I'm getting tired of hearing that Social Security is going to run out for me by the time I need it when I've paid into it for my whole entire life. Things like that, it gets really disappointing to hear 1 point whatever billion just got written into our debt out of nowhere with no money to back it or anything like that. We're adding it to the bill, right? Put it on my tab. It's monopoly money and put it into Social Security so it can at least start collecting the interest and doing what it's supposed to do, so that people my age and younger can actually rely on and feel good about having a Social Security retirement when we become that age. But no, they wouldn't do that because that money doesn't work its way back around to their own pockets, allegedly. You know what I mean? But continuing here, also, these children are being moved from place to place and will be forced to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to leave for school to go elsewhere. Unacceptable situation for all. So now it sounds like maybe they're going to send some of the kids to other schools. And how is that beneficial? That's just spinning your wheels. You're not going to actually continue your education. You need a teacher to work with you on a daily to progress you through. In a statement, City Hall referred to the illegal immigrants as guests and called it a temporary stay. The health and safety of migrants in our case is always a top priority, which is why we're currently overseeing the relocation of 1,900 guests from the Humanitarian Emergency Response and Relief Center at Floyd Bennett Field due to an updated forecast with increased wind speeds estimated to be over 70 miles per hour tonight. Sounds like their City Hall is concerned out for the health and safety of migrants as a top priority. Their words, not mine. Insane. Why can't you make Americans your top priority for once? Yeah, we're the ones that pay your bills and buy your $1 million houses and everything like that. So why can't you take care of us for once, right? I mean, we only elected you. The first group of migrants from Floyd Bennett Field arrived at James Madison High School. Madison is a scan school where students get scanned upon entrance, but the migrants got a bypass that, as per the NYPD, a lot of law enforcement and other agency resources have been poured into. The migrants started their evacuation just before 5 p.m., the New York City school officials announced, and the students usually at the Brooklyn school would participate in remote classes on Wednesday. Well, that's crazy because, as an athlete, I was at my school past 5 o'clock many, many times, pretty much every day. So is there overlap? Is there students still there while they're bringing these people in? Students also, they keep stuff in their lockers, their personal belongings. You have a gym locker, you have a book locker, things like that. I mean, were these kids given sufficient time to collect their personal things, their personal belongings, maybe things that they have hanging on the hallway walls or schoolroom walls or whatever, and that might get messed up or stolen by these folks who are in our country illegally, I'm not afraid to say that they crossed the border illegally. They know that. And these people are all criminals when they did that. There is a proper way, and I'm all for legal immigration. You come to our country, you assimilate, you learn the language, and you follow suit in your pursuit of the American dream, which is different for all of us. But coming over in a herd, the size of an army, and being a burden on our school children, which we know Democrats don't value children at all, just look at the abortion laws, is unacceptable. We're tired of the kids bearing the brunt when all they're trying to do is go to school, and it's hard enough to be a kid as it is, right? But this is effed up. A local resident who identified himself only as Rob told the New York Post, "It's a litmus test. They're using a storm, a legitimate situation where they're testing this out. I guarantee you they'll be here for the entire summer." One woman screamed at the buses as they arrived at the school around, "How do you feel? Does it feel good?" The woman shouted, according to the Post. "How does it feel that you kicked all the kids out of school tomorrow? Does it feel good? I hope you don't feel good. I hope you don't sleep very well tonight." Those people don't speak English. So they don't even understand what that lady's saying. They're just saying thank you for a place to sleep. You know what I mean? It's really annoying. And that's the type of stuff that drives a society apart from each other. When we can't even communicate with our neighbors or anything like that because of a language barrier, we have issues. It is very important for these people to at least speak English before they come over. Maybe a lot of them do. But the problem is they're here illegally, and now they're overrunning schools, and it won't be long, like Elon Musk said, that I agree with, that they'll be trying to put people in homes. You know, maybe empty homes, vacant homes, bank-owned homes, maybe some stuff like that. It'll start first, and then next thing you know, you got a couple neighbors on your block who got their house free. Meanwhile, you're paying your mortgage, working week to week, and these folks are all good. You know what I mean? Like, how's that going to make you feel? That's not going to make you feel like a community. It's going to draw dissent between neighbors, and hopefully it won't, but maybe eventually boil over into some conflict. We don't want that. And that's the main thing. People just want to be left alone. But it's hard to do that when they're taking your kids out of schools and reallocating your police, the things that keep your town safe, so that they can hoard these people around. It's very disappointing. But what do you expect out of any blue city, blue state, etc., right? The widespread heavy rain, strong winds, and fierce thunderstorms that arrived on Tuesday are forecast to continue into the following day. Never mind all the people blocking roads and protests. To be clear, this relocation is a proactive measure being taken out of an abundance of caution to ensure the safety and well-being of individuals working and living at the center. Kayla Mamelek, an Adams spokesperson, said in a statement, "Oh, so it's only because they're trying to take care of the care workers and, and all that crap. Give me a break." And I hate to have this position because I am pro-human and I don't want anybody to suffer. But at the same time, I do respect boundaries, and these people have crossed the line with the assistance of Joe Biden's government, right? So the relocation will continue until any weather conditions that may arise have stabilized and the facility is once again fit for living. I wonder if that's because they trashed it. I wonder what conditions it's in, and if there's going to be people once again on your tax dollars cleaning up after them, so then you can put them back in there, or if they're just going to keep them in the school and let the students suffer. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. If you agree with me that this is some bull crap, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.